Hello everyone, this is Aditya Joshi. Welcome back to our channel. A lot of students were asking me to make videos in English as well, so this one will be in English. So first of all, I'm a second year MBBS student. I started a few startups when I was in first year, including this personal mentorship program, which you all know. It basically connects AIIMS and topmost medical students to an average NEET aspirant so that they can have personal guidance, day-to-day mentorship from those students and they can crack NEET themselves. So this was a brainchild of mine which I had started, and I had shared a bit of the journey on how I created this with you guys as well. Now you wanted to know how you can earn money as students, and the three requirements that you guys had presented to me in terms of, prerequisite, I would say, were: first of all, no experience whatsoever. Second of all, it should be enough that you can at least take your pocket money out of it. And third thing was that you don't have any setup whatsoever. So we'll move forward with this. So first of all, not having a setup is not exactly a problem, although it could be a drawback in some of the situations. What you can do is, I'll present to you realistically what you should be doing, what I did when I started earning for myself and when I took the first step for becoming financially independent. First thing is teaching. Let's say you are a NEET dropper, or you're a partial dropper, or you're someone who is in MBBS first year. What you can do is you can teach the students who are below you. For example, if you're a dropper, you can teach 12th class students who want to prepare for board exams. If you are a first year MBBS student, you can teach bio to NEET students. So you can do that. Now, it is not really necessary that you need a platform, a designated area where you could teach. It's not as if you can't join an academy, then you can't teach these students. It's not that. It is basically like you could contact your local students, or you could go back to your old school and then talk to students there that if you want to learn bio, I'll teach you bio. So you can do that. This is what I did, but a drawback is, it is much more preferable for the students itself that you have a physical setup. That means you should have a room which should be relatively soundproof so that your household noises are not disturbing you or your sessions. Secondly, you should have a whiteboard or something to write upon. If these two things are there, you can go for it. If you don't have them, you can convince the students that, okay, I'll take a few sessions online. You can take Google Meets, you can take Zoom meetings, or you can even have OBS Studio installed and you can work via that. If you have a pen tab ready, you can go for that. What I did was, I used to teach students physically. I used to call them at my home, and I used to teach them in my room. I didn't have a lot of students at first. I only have 5 to 6 students, but they used to pay me around 1,500 to 2,000 per month. So you can imagine 2,000 per student for 5 students. That is enough money for a student. So that is how I used to earn, and I didn't teach them every day. I used to do this every alternate day. So I could do that. And what I did was, instead of teaching them for the whole year, I told them what I'll do is, you can come to me when there are only 2 to 3 months remaining for your board exams. So we'll cover the entire bio syllabus in 2 to 3 months, and we'll make sure that you score very good marks. You at least score 93, 94 plus out of 100. And they did, actually, because bio is not that hard, and once you actually know how to read this NCRT, it gets easier, right? And you're a dropper, so you know what things are important and all. And in terms of board exams, they ask all the questions from those PYQs, right? If you are able to do back exercises, PYQs, some of the examples and some of the theoretical important points, they'll score very good marks. It is very easy. So this is what I did. Second thing which you can do is, if you want to teach anyone, just make sure you have a few points in mind. First of all, if you want to teach them physically, I already told you about the setup. If you want to teach them online, just make sure that the class do not fluctuate. Right? This is something that I have seen a few of my friends who wanted to teach online. This is a mistake that they did. They used to tell them, okay, we'll have sessions at evening, but they didn't specify any time. So one time they would teach at 6 p.m., then they would teach at 9 p.m. This really, messes up with the student's own personal schedule, and he will not prefer to be with you for long. So don't do this. And third thing is, if you are teaching anything, just go by the book. Okay, go buy the book. This is very important. This is, I'm saying this from my personal experience. A lot of people, what they do is, they tend to teach the easier chapters first. Okay, they'll go with let's say reproductive health first, or microbes in human welfare first, or biotech chapters first. Don't do this. Just go with the sequence that is presented in the index. Okay. Once you mess this sequence up, the student will be like, भैया मैंने तो molecular basis नहीं पढ़ा, मैं कैसे समझूंगा. Although the two topics might not be directly related, but they'll make those points and you'll have to justify yourself. Don't do that. Second thing which you can do to realistically earn as students is you can invest in stock market. Now for that, it is advisable that you have a demat account in your own name. For that demat account, you need to have your PAN card, your Aadhaar card, and you should be 18 and above. So if you're 18 plus, you can make your own demat account. You can follow some of the advices of these stock market gurus, which you can find in YouTube and online. I'm not a guru myself. I used to do intraday trading a while back. I was pretty good at it, but it took a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I had to learn all of it myself. I learned most of it through ChatGPT and AI and YouTube. But for you, if you want to learn, you can go to YouTube. You can pretty much search up finance channels and they'll tell you how to invest. A simple advice would be, if you have a lot of money to invest, that is more than 3-4,000, you can invest in blue chip companies. These are the companies, these are the safe zones, I would say. They are expensive, but the stock will definitely go up with time. Okay. Now investment is, there are different type of investments. You can invest in mutual funds as well, and there are a lot of things you could invest in. Systematic plans are there and all those things, but I would rather say just go for basic stock market. Just invest your money, keep it there for 4 to 5 months minimum, and then see if the stock goes up and you can retrieve it and gain off the profit that you made. You can go for that as well. If you really want to make a huge chunk of profit out of stock market, you need to learn how to invest money, how to pick stocks, and the quantity as well. Once you make a demat account, you need to understand, this is something that I don't know why, but they don't talk about it much. Every time that you sell a stock and every time that you purchase a stock, 20 rupees, approx 20 rupees are deducted. So it's not as if you're earning 10 rupees and you see, wow, 10 रुपए का profit हो गया. Actually 40 रुपए आपके वैसे जा चुके हैं. तो just make sure that you are aware of this. Third thing which you can do is freelancing. Now for the freelancing part, a lot of people say that you need a laptop or an iPad or all those things. You don't need them. I used to start my own freelancing via phone. Okay, you can download the app. There are Fiverr is there. Fiverr, I don't know how to pronounce it well. Fiverr is there. There is Internshala. There is Gumroad. There are a lot of apps you can find. Just search freelancing apps online and you'll find a lot of it. You can just make your account there, but keep a few things in mind. First of all, now this is off the records. This is what I heard and I experienced it. When you complete a task and they pay you through the app software, the app takes a bit of the product that you had serviced. A bit earning will be taken by the app. So what you can do is, you can just take the money outside of the app. You can complete your service and then you can tell the person that, okay, your service has been done, the product has been delivered, just pay me outside of the app. Pay me directly on my Google Pay account or whatever. Don't pay me through the app, or else I'll be, there'll be a loss of 20-30 rupees for a work of 150-160 rupees. So it is a pretty big loss. First thing. Second thing, there is a ton of competition out there. You need to keep this in mind. There is a lot of competition out there, and people, like, even now when we were hiring people for developing our softwares and developing our websites and making changes to it, we were looking at the stars and recommendations. That means the more stars a person has, the more recommended the person is, the thicker the portfolio of the person is, the more clients he has undertaken, the better the person would be at his or her job. This is the basic mindset that everyone has. So if you really want to stand out, you need to have a solid portfolio. If you don't have it, you need to undercut everyone. For example, if someone, and in Fiverr, majority of, you'll see the work is presented in dollars. So let's say someone is saying that, okay, I'll do this work for $80. He has a lot of experience. You don't. What you'll do is, you'll say, I'll do the same work for $30. So now I'll be thinking, okay, this guy is doing the same work with $30, and you should present some of your previous works, if possible, in the website itself. So I'll look at them and I'll say, okay, the work is pretty neat. He has done a good job so far, and he is providing the same services that the other guy is providing, and for $50 less. so I should definitely go with him. So this is the kind of mindset that people have when they look for opportunities to hire people. So you can invest in this kind of mindset as well. So these were the most doable, I would say, things that you could do. Now coming over to YouTube. YouTube is also a good option for long-term investments. Right, you don't make a channel and then it hits overnight and you start earning millions and millions of rupees from the next day onwards. It doesn't work like that. Once you make a channel, it will take a lot of time to cultivate the right audience. A lot of people will be coming over to watch your videos, but to create that stable and loyal audience base, which you can, later on exploit to earn money or whatever you would call it, it would take a lot of time. So in order to do that, you will have to invest a lot of time in YouTube as well. You'll have to plan your videos, you'll have to plan your genre, you'll have to plan your content, you'll have to plan which audience segment you're targeting and all those things. This takes time. You can do that if you're an MBBS student, but if you are a dropper or a partial dropper, I would advise you not to do it right now, because creating a YouTube account and hoping that it will get millions and millions of views and a lot of reach and will gain you money, that is not advisable. And I mean, why would you risk your NEET or your exam or your future of becoming a doctor just for some views on YouTube? Okay, so that is not advisable. Another thing which you can do to earn money is you can provide a service. Okay, this is something for people who are in I think engineering branches, CS branches, who are good with computers, who know coding. I mean, medical students can go for that as well, but you should at least know how to code. Okay, if you can prepare landing pages, if you can prepare websites, if you can prepare basic codes, if you know a coding language, you can go for that. Okay, a while ago we had created a ton of landing pages for some of our courses. People would go online, they would write our domain name, they would land on the page, they would click on the websites or the links which were present there, and they would proceed on to our courses. So for these landing pages, we had contacted a lot of college students to make them for cheaper as compared to other people who would demand a lot of money for it. This is what we did. So there are a lot of people out there who were like me, who would be willing to pay you if you are able to undercut the others and you're able to provide a stable enough landing page. Now landing pages are also used for people who are interested in Shopify. If you don't know what Shopify is, that will be the next point. So the next way to earn money is drop shipping. Drop shipping is quickly gaining heat in India. Earlier on, it was not something that people would recommend or even try to do, but nowadays I've seen a lot of people, a few close friends of mine, who are making good enough money drop shipping things. So there are sites online like Shopify where you can drop ship your items. Okay, so there is a whole process on how to drop ship and what to do. I myself had tried drop shipping, but I was not too successful in it. I did earn money, but the effort that I had to put in, it was not justified for the money that I got for it. So I stopped drop shipping. But if you're really interested, just search for how to drop ship in India or what you can do to successfully drop ship and earn money, and go online, go to YouTube, and you'll find a lot of videos and a lot of creators who document their journeys as well. You can learn from it. So these people, they require a stable landing pages, so you can provide that, or a stable website, and you can provide that. You can go for drop shipping as well, but like I said, this would consume a lot of your time, a lot of your effort, a lot of your mind. And if you're a student, if you're a dropper, if you're a partial dropper, this is not at all advisable. Another thing which is far more doable, but the chances of you making money off of it is less. I mean, it is easy to do, but you gaining money from doing it, the chances of that are pretty low. What you can do is you can sell your notes. Now I know a lot of creators, a lot of people out there, they just say that you can sell your notes and koi nahi yaar, paisa mil jayega notes sell karke. It's not that easy. Why would I buy your notes? I mean, are they aesthetically pleasing? Are they so cheap that I can't, that I have to buy them? You can't directly sell your notes to other students because you yourself are a student. So you'll probably sell your notes to an educator, to an influencer, to an online teacher, or to someone with an audience base to whom they can sell the notes further on, right? You'll sell the notes to a person and he'll sell the notes to a group of people. That way you can earn money. But to find that right person who would be able to purchase your notes in a good enough price which would be justified for the work that you did. That is the hard part. Everyone makes notes, but it's hard to sell them. We a while ago had created this website. On our own website we had created this landing page where you would go and you would sell your notes. So if you had really good notes, what you could do is you could send us a sample and you could register online. If you wanted to be an educator, teach students, you could do that as well. And if selected, we would give you the opportunity to sell you the notes. We would hire up people who were ready to purchase notes, and we would, let you two guys discuss it on your own, how you want to sell, in which medium, mode of transaction, mode of payment, everything. Okay, so everything was for you and we just provided you the medium to do it. This is what we used to do, but that also got saturated. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, applied and we had to put a hold on it. Okay, we'll start it again, but for the time being you can find your local tuition teacher, your school teacher or something like that. Another way to earn money, I would say, is to create thumbnails. Okay, a lot of people, and especially budding YouTubers who are, I think, around 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, or probably lesser than that, what they do is they don't really have the time to create aesthetically pleasing and good enough thumbnails for themselves. So what you can do is you can help them. You can tell them, okay, I'll create a thumbnail for you. You just pay me for every thumbnail that I create. Or you can just sell them a bundle that, okay, I'll create 20 thumbnails for you per month and you have to pay me this amount. You can do for that, but you'll have to contact a lot of people manually as well. You'll have to send them emails, you'll have to send them messages, you'll have to send them free samples, and if they like them, then you will negotiate. So it's a long process. Another thing which you can do is you can edit their videos out. Again, a lot of competition in it. What you have to do is you should be good enough that you know VFX, you know sound effects, you know how to edit out, you need to know how to use the green screen, lighting, everything. If you're able to do that, then you might get a chance and an opportunity to edit videos out and earn that way. But that being said, that all these things are very time consuming. That is why I gave you the 3 easiest ways to earn money in the starting of the video. Teach someone, stock market, and the other one was, I forgot what the other one was, but 3 चीज़ें मैंने starting में दी थी, just go for that. बाकी सारी videos, they are very time consuming. ठीक है, I have tried almost all of them and believe me, दिमाग खराब हो जाता है. ठीक है, it is very 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 tough to do that. Last thing is affiliated marketing. Now affiliated marketing में input is not as high as output, which is a good thing. मतलब तुम बहुत कम input में you are able to earn a ton of money, which is really really amazing. But in order to do that, you need to have a certain amount of reach. You need to be able to reach out to people who would be interested in purchasing that product. For example, I'll tell you this, and you might have seen this if you're in college. You've seen Prep Ladder, Marrow, you've seen people who teach for NEET PG. What they do is they sell their courses and they ask your seniors to just make their juniors purchase the courses, and for every course purchase they'll give a certain part, a percentage of the course money to the person who made them purchase the course. This is how affiliated marketing works in a pretty simple way. In a complex way, you would have seen YouTubers which are saying, okay, you need to, this is the mic that I use to create this amazing sound effect. And if you want the same mic, I've added the mic in the description box and you can just click on it and use my coupon code to get 10% off or something like that. This is how affiliated marketing works. For every time that you purchase a course, because of that person, okay, that person will be earning a percentage of the MRP, that is the product presented on. Okay, so you can do for that as well. You can go for that as well. You can do affiliated marketing, but then again, you need to have an audience base. So affiliated marketing works either by word of mouth. That is, you need to physically reach out to people. You need to tell them, okay, go for this. This is a good product. You need to have that extrovert experience of talking to a lot of people. This could happen in colleges, this could happen in universities, but if you're sitting at home, if you're a dropper, I doubt that this will be a possibility for you. Another thing which you can do is you need to have an online platform where there are a ton of people who are looking at you or are connected with you. Okay, for example, you have a YouTube channel where you have 1,000 2,000 people who are subscribed to you. They are a loyal audience base. They regularly watch your videos, they follow up on your content, they are waiting for your next videos. Then you can tell them, okay, this is something that I'm passionate about, go for it, purchase it, use my coupon code. This is how you can also earn. Okay, so I think for this video we'll keep it short. It's already, I think, around 20 minutes. This is all you can do to earn money. Okay, there are a lot of ways, but then again, they are not advisable, they are not realistic for someone who is a student. You could write your own books, you can e-publish them, you can publish e-copies of them. There are Kindle programs, there are Amazon programs, so you could just write your notes and you can publish them online. You could publish them in Gumroad as well. But all these things, they take time, they take effort, and it's not as easy as it sounds. So that is why I didn't continue to elaborate more on them in this video. We'll talk about them in some other video perhaps. Okay, so we'll keep the video short. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.